Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel. And recently I posted a video on a tool haul that I did at Lowe's, and I just quickly went over the items that I purchased there and the prices. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Cobalt items, more specifically the socket set, the wrench set, and the bit set that I picked up. So I really hope you guys enjoy. I think these are all really good deals, and hopefully they're still going on. So if they are, you guys can get them as well. But I will have other tools linked down in the description for you guys under the tools link if you guys are interested. Other than that, let's take a closer look at these, and I really hope you guys enjoy. First item up is the Cobalt 30-piece combination wrench set. This is SAE and metric. SAE will be labeled with the red stripe, metric with the blue. And this isn't going to be the same as their other standard combination wrench sets. Their wrench sets are normally $44, I want to say, and they're a much larger set. If you're just buying the standard length combination wrench set, not the stubbies or anything, so if you just get the SAE set, it's a much larger set, where this is just a few of the more common ones of both metric and SAE. And then they include some stubbies as well. But this was on sale, and I want to say it's normally $25 to $40, somewhere around there. They say it's a $250 value. Maybe in higher quality wrenches, these aren't going to be the highest quality wrenches. They're mid-range wrenches, good for DIYers or somebody just getting into a mechanical aspect or job, but definitely not the high-end stuff. But still, for what I'm going to be using them for, just taking apart miscellaneous items on interiors and stuff like that, possibly rear lift gates and stuff like that. So this is going to do just fine for me as far as wrenches. But I picked this up because I wanted something very affordable and something, you know, I didn't need the highest quality for. So as far as what is included, this is the SAE. The top portion is going to be the stubby wrenches, and then the bottom portion is going to be the standard length, so 1/4 inch to 3/4. And then metric, you have 10 through 15 on the stubbies, missing 11. And then for the standard length, you have 6 through 17, you're missing 16. And that's it. So it's not too bad of a set. You're not missing a whole lot. Comes in this nice carrier. It's not the best. It doesn't keep everything perfectly organized. Like this one's always falling out of here every time I shut it. Not a big deal. Big whoop-de-doo. Other than that, this does seem to hold the wrenches fairly well, so I'll be keeping them in there just because I'll be kind of mobile. Whereas obviously if you bought this and you're a DIYer at home or in a shop or anything like that, you're most likely going to take them out of this case. But here's kind of a closer up look of the wrenches. You do have this red stripe for the SAE, like I stated before, and it is just like painted on, so I'm sure eventually that is going to rub off. It's a 12-point box end. No fancy anti-slip feature or anything like that in the open end. The chrome job is decent, not the best, but for $17, I thought this was a great deal. Here you start at 10. It is labeled on both sides. I have a 10mm stubby in from Tekton, so it's a little bit longer. You know, they were able to trim down some material, whereas the Cobalt's going to be a little bit bigger. You can definitely tell around that open end. It's got a lot more material. You can see the chrome difference in the two. So the chrome job's definitely not the best. The stamp markings, you know, it's not the cleanest stuff, but for $17, you can't expect much more. I still think it's a great deal. So you can definitely see how much more material is around there. So here is their 13mm, and I have a 13mm Tekton here. Just, once again, it's a little bit larger, so it's a little bit easier to see. Just a little bit more material left on the wrenches, nothing bad. You find that a lot in cheaper wrenches. The one thing I will say is normally when you see cheaper wrenches, not only is there more material, but it's usually the grinding and everything isn't as clean. But these, you know, there's no bad grinding marks or machine marks or anything. They seem to all be, you know, quality control seems to be decent on them. So this organizer is just a mess. If I could actually put this stuff away the way it's supposed to be. Good God. So I might have lied. I don't know if I'll keep this organizer just because with my OCD, I'm probably gonna lose my mind. And then as far as the biggest standard length wrench, you have a 17, which is unfortunate. I wish it was a 19, but you do have 3/4 over there, which is basically the same thing. Here I have DeWalt. I do have you know, a couple snap-on wrenches and Matco wrenches, but I want to kind of keep somewhat close to the same quality and price range. So here's a DeWalt wrench and a gear wrench, just so you can quickly see. The DeWalt has an open end feature as well as the gear wrench, but these sets were a little bit more expensive, obviously this one being rationing and this one was a much larger set, but the quality difference is there. But once again, like I already stated, $17. You can't really beat it for a 30-piece set. So if you do find it for that price range and you're looking for just some decent quality wrenches for miscellaneous jobs, I do believe this is still a great set. Next up, we have the Cobalt Bit Set. And I purchased this for, I want to say $22, $24 without a discount. And here are all the different bit types that you get. I needed something that had a wide variety of basically everything. Here's the part number on it. I'll be using this a lot in my drill or with the bit driver that comes in the socket set that I'll be showing. This is an okay adapter, bit adapter. It is magnetic, but it's nothing to go home about or write home about. The case is really nice. The one thing that irritates me about a lot of these bit cases is how hard it is to get the bits in and out. Cobalt did a nice job. There is a little bit of a friction base in here. It's a split cup and it tapers to the bottom, so the further in it is, it's a little bit tighter and it holds it, but it's still easy to get in and out. You're not sitting there trying to wiggle it out or anything, and you do have a wide variety of a little bit of everything. And then you have your 1/4-inch bit adapter here, and the case is really nice. None of the bits are going anywhere. They do, you know, move in the little cups, but they don't go anywhere. They stay in place. So I think this is a really nice set for the price. I'm not really going to be, you know, putting these through a lot of torque or anything like that, so I don't need anything like super high end, and I think this is a really good deal. There's your number 2 Phillips. So they do state what they are on them, but it doesn't state steel type or anything like that. T25. Here's everything it includes. We have the 118-piece socket set. I was going to get the 3-drawer set, but it had a lot of miscellaneous items that I won't be using, so I figured I could save myself the money and just buy the things I do need. And just get this, especially when I saw the price for this 118-piece set was $32. It's 1/4-inch drive and 3/8 drive. This is everything that's going to be included. 1 ratchet, 34 6-point sockets, 14 12-point sockets, 20 deep well sockets, 2 attachments. It's a 3/8 to 1/4-inch adapter and a 3-inch extension, and then 47 miscellaneous accessories. It is a nice blow molded case. I know a lot of people won't keep it in there unless you're using this as like a car kit or anything like that. Most people would take them out. I cannot make sense of this case whatsoever. This is the bottom half right here. You have all of your 3/8 sockets here, 3/8, 3/8, 1/4-inch. These are obviously the deep wells, blue identifying as the metric, red as the SAE. And same here, this is all 3/8 SAE, 3/8 metric, and then some of these, so you have some 6-point here and some 12-point here. The quality on the sockets seem to be, you know, decent. You do have laser engraving for the size markings. There's no stamped size marking. It's just the part number and Cobalt. And they are in here very tight, which may be an issue, but I'll deal with it. And then up here, 4 12-point sockets in SAE, and then 1/4-inch SAE, and then deep well 1/4-inch metric, or SAE and metric, sorry. I don't know who came up with the organization of this box, but they need a good chop. I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of irritating. I'm sure the more I use it, the more I'll get used to it, but it's just, I can't make much sense of it besides the deep well sockets. And down here, but they got 12 point in random spots. They got 1/4 inch, you know, they could have put all 1/4 inch up here, all 3/8 down here. I don't know. It's irritating, but whatever. $32, I can't complain too much. You do have metric and SAE Allen keys up here, your 3-inch extension, your adapter, a nice Cobalt ratcheting bit driver. It is a little bulky, but for what I'm going to be using it for, it'll be all right. Most of the time I'm just going to be using my bits with my drill and everything anyways, but it is nice to have. Getting into the ratchet, I'll save that for last. And then you do have some nut driver attachments up here as well. They are not magnetic, but they're still really nice. You have metric and SAE 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1/4 inch through 1/2 inch. This is 3/8 because they don't include a 1/4 inch 14, but you can see the, once again, just like the wrenches, the chrome difference. I do like the blue stripe and the red stripe just to quickly identify, because this box is already going to be a pain to figure out. But there's that laser engraving, so you don't have that stamping like you do on other brand sockets. Not a big deal. I've seen it other places. Really not a big deal, especially with chrome sockets, more common to be rubbed off on impact sockets. So this is like DeWalt mid-length, so it's not like your standard length deep well, but these deep wells for the Cobalt do seem to have pretty good length. So besides the organization of this box, seems to be decent. If I could set this up how I wanted, it'd be nice, but okay, getting into the main thing, this ratchet, I probably won't be using a lot of. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on the Cobalt 90 tooth. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think this thing's a hammer. It kind of reminds me of my old DeWalt ratchet I had when I first started buying tools. They're just extremely beefy, you know, it's your generic design. But just to kind of give you a quick look, this is the gear wrench ratchet, quite a bit thinner. And this is not the slim design gear wrench either. So you don't have a whole lot of length. This Cobalt ratchet is 7 inches long. Here's another gear wrench, 90 tooth. It's a little bit slimmer than the one I just showed you. And then I have the Tecton, which I figured I'd show a quick release as well. Obviously this is flex head, but it is a pretty beefy ratchet. That's what I'm getting at. It sounds okay. This is a 90 tooth. And then this is a 90 tooth from Gear Wrench. So it definitely sounds like, you know, it's just a little bit like there's an echo in there. The parts, the tolerances aren't quite as tight. If you guys want to see a teardown of this and compare it to some of my other 90 tooth ratchets, such as my Tecton and Gear Wrench, go ahead and let me know. This is another 90 tooth. So you can definitely hear the difference in this, see the size difference in it. But once again, for $32, what can you expect? Either way, all of these things were extremely affordable, and I still think they're gonna be really good for those DIYers, weekend warriors. Overall, I think it's a decent kit. Big downside, the organization of it, not a big deal if you don't keep it in this case. And then that, you do have some missing sizes. They quickly jump up from 1/4 inch to 3/8. 1/4 inch only goes up to 10 millimeter, and then it goes straight into 3/8. So that's okay, I can deal with it. Most of the time I'm going to be using this on my Milwaukee cordless ratchet anyways, so I probably won't be using this much. But that's it as far as my Cobalt items. Let me know your guys' thoughts, or if you've used any of these and your experience with them, how has it been? Your thoughts on the ratchet, and if you want to see a review comparison of this 90 tooth to some of my others. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. See you guys next time.